Well, today is a gloomy day outside. I hope you're having a good day. It's Monday morning here in the UK, probably almost Monday midday, well, gone 11 o'clock. But I'm hoping that you're having fun wherever you are, and I just want to say good morning and a very welcome, warm and lovely start to the week. I have had a very sort of very strange, very surreal couple of weeks. I had an injury to my leg about 3 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks tomorrow, and I didn't realise that it was going to take me so long to get better. I could let it really get me down. I could really be miserable. At the moment, I'm sitting with my legs elevated so that I get as much kind of circulation to my bad leg, if you like, as I possibly can. And it's really annoying. And I suppose it's just worth saying that I know there are an awful lot of people, a lot of you out there who have got a lot more troublesome things wrong with you or things which are really debilitating and you're overcoming. And I just want to say, I'm with you. I feel your pain. I really, really do. And this is a really pathetic and stupid injury that I did. But actually it's in a very, very dodgy place. It's right on the front of my shin. So there is absolutely no kind of flesh or fat really to kind of hold any stitches together. So I had to have these steri strips and you know, every time I walk it just kind of pulls the skin apart. So it's going to take a very long time to heal. I know that was a bit gruesome, but it is going to take a long time to heal. And I didn't realise how much it was going to kind of spin me back into the way I used to be, which was, you know, I was in a wheelchair and on crutches for about 3 years. So I think when you have a sort of injury which stops you from being as active as you want to be, it does kind of take you back into those times. It's funny how your brain blocks out all the pain and all the bad stuff that happened before, and as soon as something happens again, it does sort of cartwheel you backwards into a time when perhaps you start thinking about bad things when you shouldn't. Robert Frost had a really brilliant quote, has this really great quote of the only way out is through. And I think that in my instance, the only way out is through, as in I have to remain positive. I'm generally one of these people, I don't know about you, but I'm generally one of these people whose cup is always kind of half full to overflowing. I always try to look on the positive side of things. I just think that it helps me to get through stuff. And whilst I'm on my own and I can't rely on anybody else, I have to remain positive. I have to just basically make my days, give myself a few tasks to do that I know I can do, that I can achieve. Don't overwhelm myself with stuff because then I feel like I'm just a failure and I feel even worse about my dodgy leg. And just sort of pat myself on the back when I do achieve the things that I want to do, however small they might be. And try not to overdo it and actually be kind to myself. And I hope that you do the same out there, because you can't beat yourself up over an accident that happened. You can't beat yourself up over getting a diagnosis for an illness or getting COVID or getting the flu or whatever it is. You know, sometimes the best recipe when you're not well is to just stop the kind of madness of life, stop those wheels of life if you can from turning round and round and round so fast, and actually just focus on you. And when my friends left on Saturday morning, they left about 6 a.m. in the morning, I woke up and kissed them, hugged them goodbye, and off they went. And I went back to bed for a few hours, and then I got up, had a shower, and then I just put my kind of like sloppy clothes on, and then I just lay on my bed for the rest of the day. For the rest of the day. Obviously, I went downstairs, I made myself a flask of coffee, took my laptop upstairs, had a couple of books up there I wanted to read anyway, and took all my vitamins and whatever else I needed, and one of my lovely overnight jars of yogurt and stuff, and a few snacks, banana and stuff. And I literally just camped in my bedroom until about 6 o'clock, actually. So I was up there all day with my leg and my whole body kind of like horizontal and propped up with cushions. And it was absolutely brilliant. And I was so exhausted from having friends to stay. And because we couldn't go and do very much, because I couldn't walk around, we spent an awful lot of time talking and laughing and reminiscing and just having a lot of fun. But I could barely use my voice on Saturday. I was so tired. And I'd had a little party for them on the Friday night before they left, so we got to bed really late, about 2ish I think, in the morning, but it was really fun. But I realised actually how much you can accomplish in a day when you're running at normal speed, and how important it is to actually sometimes just step off that merry-go-round of life and look after yourself. And I really do think that putting my feet up on Saturday probably was like, I probably managed to get all of those cells regenerated that needed to be generated. It was something that absolutely was necessary, that I had to do. I had to stop. And yesterday was an incredibly quiet day too, and it's really made a lot of difference to the healing on my leg. When I changed my dressing and everything, I really noticed a huge difference. And I think that I have to do that this week. So here I am. I'm propped up. I've got cushions behind me. Luckily I've got this very, very old and battered up chaise longue, which I've had for since about 1985. It's been recovered 3 times. The children don't want me to get rid of it. It's one of their favourite things. It's been propped up by a bunch of old cookery books. One of the legs is completely gone. It's so comfortable and I love it. And I'm propped up on it with a bunch of cushions. My legs are actually sticking up in the air at sort of 45-degree angle on this kind of like cushion thing. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to kind of like sustain some kind of work situation, like a workstation here, if I can today, because I'm so fortunate. I know like so many of you have to commute to work. So many of you do jobs where you're standing on your feet all day, running around, or you've got children to take care of, or elderly, or relatives, or carers, or whatever you are. And I know that I'm very fortunate in that I don't have to do that. I'm on my own. I don't have to commute. I work literally on my laptop, and I can do that. So I'm very grateful for that. But it still means I have to sit with my legs in the air, propped up on this cushion thing, and it's quite weird. And so part of me feels like I'm just being really super lazy. And why is that? I'll tell you why that is. Because when I was growing up, my mum used to always call me lazy. So if it was the summer holidays, okay, she would, we'd all had our exams, we were all absolutely exhausted. My brother and I were absolutely just exhausted like you are at the end of the summer holidays. And Giles would have come home from boarding school, that's my brother, and I didn't go to boarding school, I was at home and went to school commuted to my school. And we were all really exhausted, and Mum would organise things like our dentist appointment at 8:30 in the morning. So we'd all have to get up. And we'd have to get up at like 7 o'clock just to go to the dentist. I mean, why couldn't we go to the dentist at 10 o'clock like everybody else? And I said to my mum, can't you arrange our dentist appointments a bit later? And she was like, no, don't be lazy. And if I said to her, I don't know what to do, what book to read. Well, if you're bored, go outside and do the weeding. So I think that's why I've always felt like I really have to be always doing something. And actually, you don't always have to be doing something, especially when you're not feeling very good, especially when you're debilitated and your legs are puffed up because it's got massive injury in it. So actually, it's better to stick your legs up on a cushion and just get yourself well. And that is what I'm going to do. And the other thing which I found was making me very anxious towards the end of last week was that we've had to keep the puppy with the breeder for another week to get another another vet check. And I was really, really, really looking forward to our little puppy coming home on Saturday. But actually, as I lay there in my bed on Saturday, unable to kind of move or speak, I was really pleased that I didn't have to run around after a little tiny puppy all day. And so having that week where we're not going to probably get the puppy now until Saturday this weekend coming up is probably a blessing in disguise. And fingers crossed that he's going to be all right, because they just wanted to make sure that he had a clean bill of health, because he had a little bit of a chesty thing going on, and they think that he might have a very slight underbite. But he said the vet apparently said it's like a tiny, maybe like 1 millimetre, but I don't know what to do about that really. And it's been worrying me, and I've been trying to find out about it, and lots of my friends have been telling me things about friends they know who've got dogs with underbites and how problematic it's been. And then other people have said if they're very minor, you won't even notice it, there won't be problems at all, they won't need surgery or anything. But I have to sort of really think about that. And so anyway, the vet is going to be giving a clean bill of health hopefully at the end of the week, and if not, then we have to rethink the situation with the puppy, and that would be really very upsetting for everybody because we've all got our hearts set on the little pup. So we'll wait and see what happens. But I'm not going to worry about that during this week if I can. I'm just going to crack on and try and get myself well so that I can deal with any situation that comes up, and hopefully that's going to resolve itself and be a good one. So I'm not going to get all kind of emotionally distressed about it. I'm just gonna sort of carry on and keep going and hope that whatever the outcome is, it will be the right outcome. It's a bit like buying a house, I suppose, except it's with a real living thing, so it's not quite like buying a house. But I always have this sort of this feeling that when you buy a house, you get the right house, you get the house that's right for you. And if houses fall through, or it's not meant to be, or you lose the house that you want, or you don't end up selling your house at the right time, something else will come along, which is probably the one that you're supposed to be having in the end anyway. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you're not going through any nasties with your health at the moment, and if you are, then please do take a little recipe out of my cookbook of life, and that is be kind to yourself, look after yourself, treat yourself with a little bit of love and tenderness, the kind of thing that you would do if you were looking after your loved one. And remember that if there's anybody out there that's going to love you, anybody out there is going to love you, that's wonderful, but you do have to take care and love yourself too. And you do have to remember that putting your feet up or having a power nap, as was just suggested by somebody, just taking it easy at some time in the day is actually very beneficial to you. I think there have been some studies about siestas and having a siesta in the afternoon after lunch. It's actually a very, very, very healthy thing to do. So I would suggest that if you are feeling a little bit weary and if you are able to put your feet up, even if you just close your eyes for 10-20 minutes, listen to the radio, listen to a piece of your favourite music, have a little bit of meditation, read a book, or just listen to some poetry or anything at all. Just stare out at the garden, cuddle your cat, cuddle your dog, cuddle your partner, cuddle your kids, whatever it is. Have a nice cup of something hot and warming. Get those feet up and just close your eyes and just let the world dissipate around you and just focus on the wellness of you, getting well, getting better, feeling better. And I hope that after that 20 minutes or half an hour, you'll wake up, or you'll open your eyes, or you'll see more clearly, and you'll feel a little bit more energized. And that's what I'm going to try and do over the next week, so I can get better and take lots of vitamins and eat lots of healthy fresh food. And yes, that's what I'm going to try and do, and I hope to report back, and I hope that I'm going to be back on track, because pain is exhausting, healing is exhausting, it's exhausting, and I'm fed up with it. So lots of healing vibes for you guys, lots of healing vibes for me from you, I'm hoping, and I'm sure I'll get them wherever you are in the world, and I send them out to you as well if you need anything from me. So lots and lots and lots of love, and I will catch up with you later. I've recorded a couple of my favourite poems for this autumn day, because it was the equinox last night, and now the nights are getting longer here in the Northern Hemisphere, and the days are going to be getting much, much shorter, and it's a sort of lovely time of year, really. It's a time, isn't it, for just sort of like regrouping and things before things really speed up for the holidays, where everybody starts whizzing around the country for Thanksgiving or for celebrating their whatever religious or non-religious little festivals and holidays that they celebrate towards the end of the year, when it all gets a bit mad. So take this time to recoup and rest and regenerate. Get well if you're not feeling great. Take good care of yourself. Be healthy. Eat, sleep, drink healthily, and drink lots of water. I always think that helps out. Take care, and you will get that balance, I'm sure, coming back to you, I'm hoping anyway, sooner rather than later, as will I. So fingers crossed. Take lots and lots of care of yourself and lots of love, and have a really lovely start to your week and a wonderful rest of the week. And if you do have any tips, secret sort of special hot lemons with ginger or something, or some kind of, I don't know, something that's going to give me a little bit of a healthy booster, do let me know and share them here, because I'm sure everybody can benefit from them, especially at this time of the year. Anyway, I'm sending lots and lots of love to you, and take care, and thank you for being there, and I really do appreciate it. I know this is a social media platform, but a lot of you feel like family to me, and I really, really, really value that. So have a great day. Take care. Lots and lots of love. Bye bye.